Welcome to International Magic Podcast, where we delve into the complexities of international relations and the organizations that shape our global landscape. I'm Claudia, and joining me today is Armando. Today, we're exploring the challenges facing the United Nations and the lingering characteristics of the League of Nations that persist in current international organizations.
Absolutely, Claudia. Let's start by acknowledging the United Nations' crucial role in maintaining international peace and security. However, one persistent challenge is the Security Council structure. Reminiscent of the League of Nations, the Council's five permanent members, the P5. As we know, they hold the veto power, which sometimes hinders swift and decisive actions.
That's right, Armando. The P5, consisting of the United States, Russia, China, France, and the United Kingdom, were granted this privilege after the World War II. It mirrors the League of Nations' flaws, where the great powers have significant influence but struggle to prevent conflicts. This setup can lead to paralysis, especially when the interests of the P5 clash.
Another challenge is the uneven distribution of power. While the UN General Assemblies provide each member nation with a vote, the influence of nations isn't equal. The P5 maintain a disproportionate amount of authority, reminiscent of how major powers dominate the League of Nations.
And let's not forget the funding disparities. While the League struggled with financial issues, the UN faces a similar challenge. Some member states, especially developed nations, contribute disproportionately a small share of the budget, affecting the organization's effectiveness and ability to address global issues.
That's true, Claudia. Another characteristic that echoes the League of Nations is the limited enforcement and capability of the UN, that lack of standing military force that make it dependent on other member states for the peacekeeping operations, and sometimes nations are hesitating to get involved due to their own interests.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, Armando. This leads to fragmented and inconsistent approach to international conflicts. It's a challenge that both the League of Nations and the UN have grappled with. The difficulty of enforcing resolutions and ensuring compliance. However, it's essential to recognize the progress made by the UN. Unlike the League, the UN has numerous specialized agencies and programs addressing various global issues. They play a vital role in humanitarian efforts, sustainable development, and promoting human rights.
Certainly, Claudia. The UN has adapted to address contemporary challenge, unlike the League of Nations, which ultimately failed. The creation of bodies like the International Court of Justice and International Criminal Court represent a commitment to accountability and justice. So, as we navigate through these challenges, it is crucial to appreciate the UN's effort in fostering global cooperation while the echoes of the League of Nations persist. The UN has made strides in adapting to evolving in international landscape.
Absolutely, Armando. And that brings us to the end of today's International Magic Podcast. Thank you for joining us as we explore the challenges and characteristics of international organizations. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and we'll catch you the next time on International Magic Podcast.